In the summer of '76, we declared to the world our intent to be free. We created a document stating the reasons and hopes that the world would agree. Of the 56 men who took up the quill pen, but a handful found glory and fame. The forgotten were heroes, but no one remembers their names. History tells us of Adams and Franklin. History tells us of Jefferson too. But there are those long forgotten who should be remembered. Their lives should have meaning to you. The forgotten were patriots too. All 56 men tried the paper and then tried to pack up their families and leave. King George, it is said, put a price on each head, saying traitors should hang from a tree. Not just them, but their families were cruelly treated. Their fortunes were sacrificed too. Each had more to lose than to gain. But what else could they do? History tells us of Adams and Franklin. History tells us of Jefferson too. But there are those long forgotten who should be remembered. Their lives should have meaning to you. The forgotten were patriots too. Francis Lewis lost his dear bride. Abused while in prison, she suffered and died. William Floyd took his family and fled. His home was destroyed and his fortunes were bled. Richard Stockton took refuge with friends, but Tory betrayers brought that to an end. In prison they starved him deliberately. His family was forced to accept charity. George Washington sought Robert Morris's aid, securing the boats for a plan he had made. Morris said, "Yes, sir, I'll get you across," but it cost him his fortune. His boats were all lost. Abraham Clark had 2 sons he adored. The British imprisoned and put them aboard the Jersey, a hell ship of infamous fame. His father was never to see them again. There were many, no doubt, but one who stands out, Thomas Nelson, would not hesitate. The British he hounded and finally surrounded, took refuge in Nelson's estate. Though the guns were deployed, not a brick was destroyed, for his men had respect for his wealth. But he valued his freedom much more, so he bombed it himself. At Rutledge was captured and thrown into prison. The British imprisoned Tom Hayward too, but freedom was worth all it cost them. From Charleston to Boston, 'tis freedom they purchased for you. 56 men put their names to the paper with each stroke of the pen. They wrote history. Each man knew that then he'd be branded as traitor, but was willing to risk all he had for the chance to live free. History tells us of Adams and Franklin. History tells us of Jefferson too. But there are those long forgotten who should be remembered. Their lives should have meaning to you. History tells us of Adams and Franklin.